Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, you're watching Booked on Charity, and in today's video we'll be choosing, or rather I will be choosing my October TBR. It is already October, don't mind that, but I thought that I should actually pick out the books that I want to prioritize in October. If you've been on my channel and watched a previous TBR video that I did go through my shelves and pick books that I want to read or try to prioritize for the rest of the year. So we're in October and I haven't really done a dent. I've got my TBR cart here. It's stacked to the max, but yeah, let's get into it. I am planning on selecting 10 physical books, and I specifically say 10 physical books because I do have audiobooks that I tend to go grab and listen to. Currently I'm listening to Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson, so I'm not counting that because I decide on which books I want to read audio-wise based on whatever mood I'm feeling at the time. So yes, this is the book that I picked, that picked me. So yes, I'm not adding that to my TBR. Those are my traveling my traveling audiobooks, my working audiobooks. So I always need something that is quick, fast, usually like a thriller, or not big on romance, but mostly like thrillers. So yes, that's what I've picked to read right now. But I do have two honorable mentions because these books are not necessarily a priority for me, but there are books that I will continuously return to. So first up, it's a book that I'm currently reading on my Kindle. For me, my Kindle, I use it in the mornings and evenings to read before going to bed and waking up. This is also because I find that in the evening, my eyes are more suited to read from my Kindle. I'm usually really tired from looking at screens the whole time, and somehow when I transfer from screen to paper, I can't read. I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but I struggle to read off paper. I find myself getting tired, my eyes get tired, I get a headache, or maybe I already have a headache like right now. But which is then the time where I gravitate towards my Kindle. So I always have a Kindle book that I'm reading that I don't have a physical copy of, because I also want to read and use my Kindle in that way. And then at the same time, when I wake up, my Kindle is easy to just grab off my side table to read. Also, I wake up quite early, so it's also still very dark, so I can't really switch on the lights so that I can read my physical book. So then I will read on my Kindle. I do also try to always have my physical current book that I'm reading also on my Kindle, but I've spoken enough, explained enough. But the first book I have that I am prioritizing on my Kindle is Dungeon Crawler Call, and this one is by Matt Dinniman. I'm really enjoying this one. We are following our main character. I cannot think right now. Carl. Well guys, I just decided on a whim to record this video. Hey, I've been wanting to do it for 2 days, but I literally just got the opportunity, the little bit of energy to do it now. But clearly I'm not all the way there right now because I've had a very long day. But our main character's name is Carl. It's in the title of the book, Charity. His name is Carl. Carl is asleep one day, and he's in this apartment that he used to share with his ex-girlfriend, and they've just broken up like a week or two ago. But the girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut, still is in this apartment. But Princess Donut on this day decides to jump out the window and climb on a tree, and then she can't get down. Carl wakes up in the middle of the night. He hears his cat crying, but he also wanted to wake up for a nighttime smoke, don't know why. He tries to usher the cat back into the apartment. It refuses, so he decides to grab the first thing he sees, which is like his ex-girlfriend's pink Crocs, puts them on in his boxers and a t-shirt, and he goes outside to go grab the cat. While he's outside, okay, at that moment, aliens decide to invade But the way that they do this is by crumbling every single piece of property, anything that has a roof over it gets flattened out into just matter, and he's left standing outside with like a flat surface for as far as he can see, and he's just like, I don't understand what's happening. As that happens, an AI alien thing somehow got into his brain, and now he can see kind of like messages in front of him. So they start to communicate. This is who we are. This is why we're here. We essentially came to Earth to mine for these minerals that they want, and they tried to engage with whoever they believed was the ruler of Earth at the time, and I guess they refused to accept the summons, and therefore they decided to come and take what they want regardless. So them crumbling everything is them trying to siphon off this material that they want. So they tell Carl, you've got two options. Option one, you stay on the surface of Earth, you try to survive whichever way you see fit, or option two, you can go into this underground dungeon and go into this televised competition with like 18 levels, and you need to essentially fight your way to get to the last level, which is like level 18, I think. And whoever survives, the last remaining crawler, they call them crawler if you go into this dungeon, you essentially become the sole person that we are going to engage with going forward about getting this material. So this is kind of like the premise of it, but it's written in an RPG type gaming way. So if you're somebody who plays RPG games, you will be very in tune with the way that this book is written. So it's like, as I'm reading through it, I feel like I'm actually playing a game like Borderlands, for example. But it's very entertaining, it's quite funny, and he ends up going into this dungeon with the cat. So the cat becomes his like pet, or this pet that accompanies him. But the aliens decide to, I guess, enroll this cat as a crawler, and as they're going through, it's like, oh, you've got this loot box, this legendary loot box, open it, and you get these random things that you are supposedly supposed to use to survive this dungeon. But it's really fun. It's a very quick read. I'm about 24% into this one, so I'm gonna read it until I'm done with it. So I don't have any pressure to finish this book quickly. It's just my nighttime, morning book when I am in the mood for it. This week, I haven't been in the mood for it. Last week, that was the only book I was in the mood for. So it changes. Another honorable mention is a nonfiction book, which is a genre I hardly read in, but I got this book sent to me by the people at Penguin Random House, and I think it's such a great book to have on my side table to maybe read as well just before going to sleep. And it is called We Can Do Hard Things, and this is a collaborated book written by Glennon Doyle, Abby Wambach, I want to say Wambach, and Amanda Doyle, and it says answers to life's 20 questions. So I did go and read these 20 questions when I did my book haul, so you can pause and read the questions over here if you're interested. But I thought that this would be a great book to read just before I go to sleep, and I can choose whatever question I feel I want answers to based on whatever I'm feeling at the time, and read maybe a paragraph or two, or if I can, depending on how long each of these sections are, I could maybe read through the whole thing and see if I resonate with it or not. But I thought this is such a wonderful addition and book sent to me. But yes, those are my honorable mentions. Now, let's try to get to the 10 books that I actually want to physically read, because guys, I really need to work on this situation, and I don't know what I'm in the mood for beyond the 2 physical books I'm in between, right? And the first one is To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. This is a reread for me, guys. I absolutely love this book. I am reading it rereading it and I am tabbing it for the first time. So I've got my tappy tabs in here, but I'm a little bit further because I did read on my Kindle this morning. Okay, I am on page 71. Okay guys, I only moved like 2 pages. I thought I made such a dent, but clearly not. But yes, I am reading To Sleep in a Sea of Stars again by Christopher Paolini. I've been looking forward to rereading the story. It is the first sci-fi book that I ever read and I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. But we're following our main character, Kira, who gets, I almost said abducted. No. But Kira is a xenobiologist and it is like the year 2260 something or 70 something. I don't actually know, but we are like far, far, far into the future, and humans have colonized a couple of planets and they went to a new planet to see if this planet could be habitable, and therefore they go do this survey and then we'll come back with a report to say whether people can actually live here or not. So they do that, but while she's on this planet, she finds this ruin. She falls into this hole and she finds this room that looks like this like alien technology and things like that. And while she's in there, there's this black dust that just starts crawling up her skin, and essentially it is alien matter and it starts infusing itself to her. At the point that I am right now, this alien is literally part of her and she's starting to experience some of its memories, and she doesn't really understand what is going on. But already on page 71, a lot of things have already developed and I cannot even tell you about it, even though this book is what, how many pages long? This book is 800 and appendices. You know, I never even read these appendices like the first time that I read this book. I don't even know what this at the end, but oh, that is pretty. That is pretty. Oh, and this is on page what? Page 825. That's how long this book is, and there's still an addendum, appendix 1. I never read any of this. Don't want to lie. Ship-based combat in space. I never read this. I never needed to read this. I understood the story quite well when I read it without coming on here. So if you guys want to do that, you're more than welcome to. It is a little bit technical in the scientific sense of it, but at the same time, I kind of like pass through whatever I feel I don't understand and I just continue with it. The story still makes sense. But yes, that is what I'm reading. I am also in between Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. Also, I am tabbing this one. I'm currently also on page 72 of this one. So far, so good. I did kind of push through with the audiobook of this one, but then I had to reel myself back in to read with my eyes. So this is also why it's taking me long, because I am in such a mood to read with my eyes. I realized that I was really struggling to retain the information I was reading when I was relying on the audiobooks. So I stopped doing that. And actually the other day, when was it? Yesterday, when I was reading To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, I was not even pairing it with the audiobook at all, and I was really enjoying it. Catabasis, however, I feel like I need to have a fresh mind to read it. It is very, the word was on my tongue and then it went away. But it is very scholarly, it's very philosophical, so I feel like I need my brain to not be tired to read it. So I've kind of put it on pause until I feel I've got the right energy for it. But To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, because it's all action-packed, I'm just like, I want to be there right now. But also, I want to be with Holly Jackson, because I've been listening to that through my commute to the office today, and it's getting very, very interesting. All right, so that's the first 2 books, okay? Now, this is where the problem comes, because I don't know, okay? The only thing I know for sure is that I'm really craving going back into the story. This is Throne of Glass, and this book is called Queen of Shadows. Why is my book crinkly like this? I need to go back to this. Like, I found myself the other day craving it. So I've read 1, 2, 3. So this is the 4th book in the series, and I want to come back to it before I forget exactly what happened in the last book. And I really enjoyed book 3. My gosh, the witches and that whole narrative, I loved it. So I'm in the mood for it, and I think I'm also in the mood for a nice romantasy. So with that said, I also have The Songbird and The Heart of Stone. This is another book that I paused because, again, guys, audiobook, I was not retaining information. I think I'm so stressed out currently work-wise. I can't keep anything in my head. Like, I can't. And if I'm listening on audio, I'm very distracted. So I'm missing very important information, and I feel like it's really going to affect my enjoyment of the books. So I paused, and Carissa Broadbent writes so beautifully, and all her work, like, I've enjoyed all her work. So I'm really excited because, like, I need a Carissa. But also, guys, okay, I haven't done the latest book haul because I don't have enough books yet, but Pan sent me this. Pan sent me Daughter of No Worlds. Okay, it is book 1 in the War of Lost Hearts, and I've heard such amazing things about this book, and now a part of me is like, should I read this? But also, I started this one, so let's finish this one because I do have book 2. However, I don't think that this is I don't think I'm going to get to book 2 in October, so I'm not going to add that, right? Okay, all right. And then, what do? I feel like I need maybe a quick thriller, right? So maybe let's add Making a Killing by Bonnie S.B. This I got from Quilla Books, so this will be my 5th book. Okay, it's going by fast. 5th book, right? Pan also sent me the next book in Zibu Zutole's series, so I'm like, should I add book 1? Maybe I should add book 1. So I've got The Thing with Zola, and this is a romance, a South African based romance by a South African author. The author is called Zibu Zutole. Beautiful covers. This is book 1. Book 2 is called I Do, Don't I? And then book 3, which I have on my little TBR stack, is called what? Love. Zola. I don't know if this is the last book or not, but yeah, I'm building a stack here. So I've got this. So this is book 6. And then what am I in the mood for, guys? Because I'm feeling a bit like I want romance, but I want it in fantasy. You get what I mean. I want to do my reread of Rebecca Yarros, but I don't like to do more than 1 reread in a month. So I'm gonna leave that maybe for November. What else do I want? I want something fun, man. I heard good things about Foul Lady Fortune, so maybe I could read that by Chloe Gong. I really enjoyed her other series, and I really hope that I won't need to know anything from These Violent Delights or Our Violent Ends before getting into Foul Lady Fortune, because I don't have those books physically. I did borrow These Violent Delights. All we know is that Rosalind Lang was brought back from the brink of death 4 years ago. The experiment that saved her also stopped her from sleeping and aging and lets her heal from any wound. In short, Rosalind cannot die. Now desperate for redemption for her treacherous past, she uses her abilities as an assassin for her country. So I don't know if I'm going to be affected at all by not reading the first 2 books. I feel like I should put this back though. I'm not so sure, hey? Because I'm still, I don't know. At some point I want to read this, but I'm not currently in the mood for it. Should I read Stephanie Garber? Should I read Once Upon a Broken Heart? Should I read that? Should I? I feel like, okay, let's do it. Let's add Once Upon a Broken Heart. This is gonna be book 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay, what else do we have here? I feel like I also want to read a children's book. V.E. Schwab, The Night Circus. Do I think I could read this? This is such a short book. 7, 8. I will see, but I feel like I might want to read this one. Olivia Blake. Oh, Brandon Sanderson. I need to read a children's book, but which one am I gonna choose? Oh, I know that I definitely want to read Pablo and Splash, which is upstairs because my husband started reading that. So yeah, do I want to read this one? I got this one from Pan Macmillan. Maybe while he reads Pablo and Splash, I can read, because I want a children's book. I want something quick. So I'm going to add this, The Land of Lost Things. And this is by Andy Griffiths. And it is illustrated by Bill Hope. Okay, author of the best-selling Treehouse series. And it says Adventures Unlimited. So, well, I'm expecting to laugh, okay? I'm expecting to laugh at it. So that was number 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Guys, I have to keep counting because my brain is not there. What else do I have? You know, I've got all these YA books that I need to get rid of. I need to get rid of them. So this might be an option. The Book of Azrael is a big commitment, so I'm not going there because I have 2 books that are big commitments, right? Catabasis and To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. I don't want to overwhelm myself with a lot of with long books, but let's see what we have. Could I read this Woven Kingdom? I don't want to start another trilogy if I don't finish the other one. So what am I going to add? Do I add this one? What do I do, guys? Do I add another thriller? Do you think I'll have time to read House of Hunger? What do you guys think? I feel like I want to add another thriller. Okay, so we're gonna add House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson, who also wrote The Year of the Witching, which I absolutely enjoyed. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be quick to read. Okay, so I'm gonna have this one as my 9th one, and then final book. I want something quick, but I want something that I could be interested in. And what is that? What is it? 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 Maybe I should just read this book and get it out of the way. Hey, because like this book here and this one here are books that I want to read so that I can give them to my niece-in-law, and I want to offload these books to her, but I can't do that until I've read them. So I think I'm gonna add this one. Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I've got my 10 books. Where are they gonna stay? I have no idea. I have to rearrange everything because I like for my TBR, my current TBR, to be the books that are sitting at the top, and then everything else can come down. So, but I know already that I won't have enough space. This is a problem. This is why I need to read the books so that I can actually make space. Okay, I still have 5 giant books here that I cannot fit anywhere else. Oh, guys. Okay, but these are the books that I want to get to in October. So we've got this Wicked Fate by Kaylin Barron, and it is the retelling of what? I don't know. We'll see. But I've got this book. This is To Read and Unhaul. And then I've got The Land of Lost Things. This is to read and to add to my daughter's library. She is getting to a point where she's reading, and I think she might enjoy this. I think this is going to be funny. I'm going to keep this for her. I've got Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I've got House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. I've got The Thing with Zola by Zibu Sutole. I've got Making a Killing by Bonnie Espy. The Songbird in the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadband, Queen of Shadows by one of my favorite authors, Sarah J. Maas, Hetabasis by another favorite author, R.F. Kuang, and then finally To Sleep in the Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. So this is the official stack. I just want to put all these books together so I can show you guys. So this is the official stack that I have. It's heavy because of these thick books behind, but I wanna hope that I can get to at least half of these books. I always give myself a longer TBR than what I typically read because I need to have enough options to choose from. And as you can see, I'm a heavy mood reader and it ranges week by week. So, ooh, this is tight. Oh, okay. Oh gosh, don't destroy the books now. Okay, those are the ones I could fit in there. Where am I gonna put the rest of my books? Okay, I'm just gonna put this one here. These ones I'm not adding to the cart because I am currently reading them anyway, so they are books that I'm keeping close by. I forgot because the book has been sitting there, but I've got The Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown, another chunker. Of course, this one is going into my TBR. This book is going into my TBR, so I guess I've got 11 books, but I don't like that because I don't like odd numbers. So someone has got to go. Who's gonna go? I feel like this Wicked Fate. Nah, bruh. This Wicked Fate is gonna have to go and make space before Dan Brown. I don't even know if I'm gonna finish this book, but I know that I wanna read it soon. Like in my mind, when I'm done with these two books, then I am going to get into this one. But yeah. That is the TBR for October. Let me know down below what you guys are planning on reading. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.